flower and handle. Yeah, flower and handle.
I grew up out west, beautiful upbringing, a bunch of awesome people, and there's definitely some beautiful memories as well. But a side of me that I don't really show to people musically and in general is the tougher side of things growing up out west. For me growing up and for our crew of kids, it was a real common thing. It was almost like a rite of passage to go through abuse. And so a lot of the kids out west that we grew up with, we all carry that sort of chip on our shoulder.
Ko tā Mohi Allen, he whakamahi tana kōpai hou, hei wānanga I ētahi o ngā tino take. Ka wherawhera hia te koko o tōna ngākau, te pūkato-kato, te waranga, me ngā take hauora hinengaro.
Generally, people know me as like the Māori lover boy, and these songs are a whole lot different and they carry all of these different stories that no one really knows. Yeah, I was definitely questioning like, oh, is it worth putting myself out there and putting these stories in front of people? They're not used to it. How will people react? Will it be seen as a negative thing? All these different kind of whakaaro that were floating around. But I think taking on this project, rather than thinking about everyone else and how everyone else would react, the real thing behind it was I need to do this to heal me. Peace, find me under the Whatitiri tree, deep in your river blue, comfort my soul.
Nā te matenga o tana whanaunga a Luke Tipene I taka I hoa ia ki ngā nui o te pō, ki ngā kore-kore o te pō.
He was a big part of our crew, and not just sports, but also kapahaka. So even right here is where we sort of designed the brackets for the kura. I would write the songs with Rux, and then Luke would come through and he would make the actions. And so we just had something going on there where that was just so creative in those senses. And so for this project, Luke is a huge piece of the puzzle. When he passed, that was sort of like a trickle-on effect of me, I guess, ka ngaro, āhua ngaro I te kore-kore, te pōuriuri. And it took me a long time to come out of it. But when I jumped back into music, writing songs and being able to perform on stage, somehow I felt he hononga a wairua nei, ki te taha wairua. And so now when I'm jamming or even through this project, ka tino rongo I tōna wairua, ka tino rongo I ngā wairua o rātou mākua wehe atu. And they're the reason why this project is a thing, eh?
Ko tēnei papa whenua I te uru o tāmaki, te wāhi ikuraina a mohi me tana whanaunga a Luke. Ahakoa te mamai nui I pāki āia I te matenga o Luke. I naenei kei te kite ia I te marama e whiti ana.
That was like my guy. And so trying to understand the world after that was really hard, and I sort of lost my passion for music for a long time. And then a whole lot of challenges come through, but when I picked up music again, I feel like that was sort of the chance to reconnect with Amā Wairua.
9 a.m. fresh liquor in the morning. Pour a cup, pass a cup. Got me floating, feeling gorgeous. That's the only time I feel fine, and I'm happy to be living in my own skin. It's a problem, I'm the problem. Massive problem, think you can solve it.
E whakapono ana ia nā e nei whiako me te marama hoki ki ngā kino I pai ai tana whakaorake I aia anō.
It's an album that goes through a whole lot of things, from like trauma, loss, grief, and eventually healing. And so throughout the album, you'll feel that sort of shift, that sort of mood. It's a tribute to the people that I grew up with, the places I grew up in, the people that are no longer here, and those of us that are still here that live and do our thing, that kind of have our own demons. And so for me, this is a real personal project, but a real necessary one.
Kei te manatu hauora hinengaro ia e mahi ana. He wāhika tāia e ia te whakamahi I ona pūkenga, hei oranga mo tētahi atu.
One of the big things actually that we've worked on over the years is suicide prevention resources for tāne Māori. The particular one I was able to help out with was the cheer resource, and it's a kaupapa holder that is around the motu now, and it supports whānau trying to engage with our hoa or our mates that are going through tough times and kind of talking them through moving from a space of grief or sadness to a space of order. And that was a really powerful project to be a part of.
Go easy! That's how it is!
What are you hoping that people will get out of this next piece of work?
Listeners that are going to listen to the album, they got to be prepared to be taken through stages. It talks about a whole lot of things, from like addiction to loss, love, absence of love. I'm pretty much sharing like my whole self with the world through the project, and so yeah, I hope people are ready for that.